Hi, it's Rachel from Mad Leaders and welcome. Today I'm diving into how to build a feedback culture in an organization. This is a summary of lesson 5, which is a live workshop on how to develop a feedback culture within my Elevate in 90 Days program, a program that sets leaders up for success with learning, education, tools, tips, structure, and templates to really help them elevate their leadership effectiveness in the business. So the topic is how to develop a feedback culture. So what tends to happen in organizations is that feedback can be a little bit of a dirty word, or it can be connected. The word can have a meaning where it's connected to I've done something wrong, or a 360-degree feedback process, because this anonymous system comes into play and people give anonymous feedback and everyone's a bit tentative about it, and then there's a feedback report, but it's anonymous. And so what we can have within an organization is an idea that feedback kind of can't be trusted, or it's a little bit scary. And what happens in organizations where feedback tends to be reserved for performance management or a 360 process, or say annual reviews, what tends to happen is the managers and the people in the business think skeptically about what feedback is going to come. They're a little bit tentative, they're a bit reserved, and there's a lack of trust. Whereas if you have an organization where the focus is on constant feedback, that feedback is going to support delivery, it's going to support development, it's there to help improve the individual, and it's a trusted space. If the focus is built around that in terms of feedback, then people feel more comfortable about seeking out feedback, about providing feedback, and there's a culture shift around feedback, and that's what I want to talk about. Because an organization where they foster a culture of feedback are going to have greater culture, a greater focus on growth, and a greater focus on development, and therefore there will be greater development and greater outcomes and results in a business. So what I talk about in the Elevate in 90 Days program is a system whereby feedback is built into the day-to-day, into the fabric of a team, where feedback is talked about a lot, where at every one-to-one that's being delivered once or twice a month, there is a built-in feedback process. And I have a template in the one-to-one, the effective one-to-one meetings lesson that I provide. There's two-way feedback built into that. So it's about building it in from the team's perspective into the fabric of the culture of the team. It's about building it into the one-to-ones where it becomes natural. It's about starting to look for ways to provide feedback all the time, positive feedback, and we're looking for a 5-to-1 ratio. So let's say, for instance, a leader in the business has just delivered a presentation to senior leadership, and they walk out of that meeting, and there may be a couple of minutes before the next meeting, there may be an opportunity there for that leader to turn around to someone to say, would you have a moment to give me 2 minutes of feedback, to share with me what did I do well from your perspective, and what could I do better next time when presenting to senior leadership? And then their manager or someone else could provide some feedback around what I felt you did really well was this, this, and this. And next time, perhaps you could do this and this differently for this particular audience. From my perspective, that's how I think you could improve next time. And so we want to start having a conversation about that. In the program, I provide the tool for exactly how to ask for feedback and a tool for how to provide feedback in an informal way, where it's on the run, where it's throughout the week, where it's throughout the month, and it's not just reserved for a performance management conversation or for a review conversation. It starts to become something that people are comfortable about seeking out because they understand the context is about growth And people are more comfortable giving it because there is permission there, people are asking for it, and it starts to become the norm. So, in summary, it's about how do you build a culture of feedback in the organization, whether you're someone responsible for developing leaders in the business or you're a leader yourself or both. How can you start bringing this to life? And how can you bring it to life in meetings, in one-to-ones, in day-to-day conversation? How can you bring that to life, keeping in mind those leaders and those organizations that foster a consistent feedback culture, create an organization focused on growth and development, and feedback isn't so much a dirty word. I hope that's been helpful. If you want to learn more about my Elevate in 90 Days program, there'll be a link somewhere here and you can take a look. The program is run 4 times a year, February, May, July, and September. And there'll be information, links here to learn more, or you can jump in my calendar and have a discussion about that. So I hope that's been helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.